it's time to hear the old guy mouth off again, so get ready. Today we got a very interesting topic. At least it was for me, and it helped me to understand and have the knowledge that I have. So let's start out. It's about G6PD deficiency, and it's what causes G6PD deficiency, and why it is what it is. Okay? So, in order to understand what causes G6PD deficiency, one must first learn a bit about genes and chromosomes. Yuck. Genes are like the body's blueprints. They contain instructions on how specific parts of the body are made. For example, if the instructions in your hair genes say your hair is black, your hair will be black. Genes are packaged into thread-like structures called chromosomes. Okay, so now we got these little genes, and they are packaged into strings called chromosomes. They're very small. A chromosome is very much like a beaded bracelet. The beads are the different genes that give instructions for different parts of the body. The entire bracelet is the chromosome. Genes usually come and act in pairs. One member of a specific pair comes from the father, and the other member comes from the mother. The members of a pair are located on paired chromosomes. All normal human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Each of the first 22 pairs contain the same number and kind of genes. The last and 23rd pair is the sex chromosomes. They are different from the first 22 pairs in that they do not have the same number and kind of genes. The sex chromosomes contain the genes that determine whether a baby will be a girl or a boy. There are two kinds of sex chromosomes. And we got these different kinds of stuff, don't we? All baby boys have one X chromosomes and one Y. And I forgot to tell you, there are two kinds of sex chromosomes, X and Y. And all baby girls have two X chromosomes, and baby boys have one X and one Y. Now, that's very important. The gene that gives instructions on how G6PD is made is found in the X chromosome only. Thus, G6PD deficiency is described as X-linked. Now, this has come from a medical pamphlet given to people in the Philippines. And the reason I'm using that is because it's very easy to understand, and it's what doctors believe. And so far, we're doing okay. I agree with them. Now we're going to get off on a weird tangent here. If a baby girl gets one defective G6PD gene from either of her parents, she will not have G6PD deficiency because she has another G6PD gene that can do the work. That is dead wrong. And this is why it is wrong. In 1961, a woman by the name of Mary Lyon, Dr. Mary Lyon, from, I believe it was England, got together with another guy named Ernest Buehler, Dr. Ernest Buehler. Dr. Ernest Buehler is the person that is credited for the discovery of G6PD. She had a theory that was very different from the way doctors believe even today. Her theory was a female embryo, very early in the embryo's life, still in mama's belly. Very, very, in fact, she probably doesn't even know she's pregnant yet. Each one of her genes, or chromosomes, I guess, each one of her chromosomes will choose one of the two X chromosomes to deactivate. Because the two conflicting things doesn't make any sense, does it? But if one of them is deactivated, well, then that one that's still activated will reign supreme. So, let's say, and it's a random choice, by the way. And a random choice means that there's approximately half will be deactivated. The genes, the bad G6PD genes, half of those will be activated, and the other half will be the good ones that are activated. I didn't say that very well, did I? Basically, what I mean is that in a baby girl, about half of her cells will have G6PD deficiency. The other half will not. And that's an approximate number because it's a random choice. So, what does that mean for girls? If a girl gets a bad gene from both parents, well, she's like a guy, she's gonna have G6PD deficiency. If she gets one defective gene from her dad and one good gene from her mother, or the other way around, she will be partially deficient. That's what we call it. Because part of her cells will be deficient G6PDD and part will not. So, what's with this lion stuff? And like I said, in 1961, it was a long time ago. In 1961, she got together with Ernest Butler, and the two ratified this theory that Mary Lyon had. But it remained a theory for a very long time. It remained a theory until 2005, early 2000s anyway, at which time in a conference, and I think in Europe someplace, it was ratified as a law. It is no longer a theory. It is a law. That is the way it works, folks. But what is very disheartening to me is that one of my followers went to a geneticist and was talking to him, and he had no idea what lionization was. He still believed that there were two live genes or chromosomes, and if one was bad, the other one would make up for it. And that's just not true. Now, we've proven it for G6PDD, but I don't know how it's going for other things on the X chromosomes. For a long time, there's been something called a recessive disorder. And a recessive disorder was one that was on one of the chromosomes, maybe the good one, and part was on the bad one, and so the good one was taking up for the bad one, and that's why they called it recessive. But if Mary Lyon's proven theory or law is correct, a lot of things that are called proven wrong. There will be no such thing as a suppressed gene. Anyway, that's my story for the day. I know it's not very long, but that's okay. This is a lot of stuff to absorb. And it wasn't until I understood this that I understood G6PDD. Everything about G6PDD makes sense when you understand this. The reason doctors don't believe it is because they still believe the old way and suppressed things. It's not the way it works. So, you now know more than doctors by a long shot, not just a little. You know a lot about G6PDD. And if you start putting 2 and 2 together, it will make a lot of sense to you. You will finally understand what G6PDD is and why you have to avoid legumes and some medications and all that kind of stuff, because they make oxidative stress happen. And a G6PDD person has no way to fight it. So he loses, or she loses, blood cells and have a crisis. Or there's another way of doing that, and it's called low-level hemolysis, and I will talk to you about that another time. But for right now, I just want you to understand what G6PDD is and why G6PDD acts the way it does. Okay, don't forget to like and all that stuff at the bottom, and don't forget to think about this. Absorb it. If you do, it will make such a difference in your life. Okay? See you next time. Have a great day. Bye.